Hello students, we are discussing rules relating to minors agreement. So in that we have already discussed first point, that is an agreement with or by a minor is void. So we have discussed a famous case law, very important case law, that is Mohiri Bibi versus Dharmadas Ghosh. In that case, it has been decided that minor's agreement will be void ab initio, means from the beginning it will be void. That was the case which was decided in the year 1903. Now we are going to talk about the second point, that is no ratification. So in case of minors agreement, there should not be a ratification. Now what does it mean by ratification? Ratification means giving confirmation of some act which has happened in the past. To ratify means to give confirmation of some previous act. So when a minor can give a ratification and that is not a valid ratification, means giving confirmation, affirmation of something which has already happened. An agreement with a minor is totally void, completely void. A minor cannot ratify the agreement even on attaining majority because a void agreement cannot be ratified. Say for example, a minor has entered into an agreement when he is a minor. That agreement is void, not enforceable by law. Means totally void. It cannot be made enforceable on attaining majority by the minor and he confirms that agreement. Say for example, minor has entered into an agreement during his minority. Once he enters into age of majority after few months. After becoming major, minor cannot ratify that agreement which he has entered into his minority because a void agreement cannot be ratified. Once void, it will always be void. It cannot be made enforceable by giving a ratification by the minor on attaining majority. Clear what is ratification? Next point is minor can be a promisee or beneficiary. We have discussed that a minor's agreement is void, not enforceable by law. But whenever there is any agreement or contract, and in that contract, minor is a promisee. Promisee means he is at the receiving end. He is receiving some benefit in the contract. He is a beneficiary in the contract. Because of that contract, he will be benefited out of that contract. In that case, such a contract can be enforced. Such a contract is a valid contract. So this provision of minors agreement would be void. This is made to protect the minors, but when the contract is for the benefit of the minor, that contract is valid. Say for example, that is explanation of this point. If a contract is beneficial to a minor, it can be enforced by him. A minor can purchase immovable property and he may sue, means he may file a case to recover the possession of that immovable property, because here the minor is at the receiving end. He has already purchased the property. Now he has to get the possession of that immovable property. He is the beneficiary. He is the one who is going to get the benefit. Therefore, in such a cases, he can file a case and recover the possession of the property which he has purchased. Example of that, X a minor. He has insured his goods with an insurance company. The goods were damaged in transit and X filed a case against insurance company to claim the compensation for damaged goods. Insurance company saying that minor's agreement is void and this agreement is void and minor should not receive, will not be entitled to receive anything by way of a compensation from insurance company. Court said that the minor should recover the insurance money because he is the beneficiary, he is the receiver in this case. Minor insured his goods with insurance company. The goods were damaged. Minor filed a case against insurance company for claiming compensation. Insurance company says that minor's agreement is void, therefore we are not supposed to, or we are not eligible to give anything to the minor. Court held that minor can recover money from the insurance company, minor can recover compensation from the insurance company, because here minor is the promisee, minor is the beneficiary in this case. Fourth point, no estoppel against minor. Now, no estoppel means what? Estoppel means what? When one person has said something, after saying something or after putting something as a fact, it is not a fact, or what he is saying is not truth. He himself knows that. In spite of that, he is telling something as a truth which is not a truth. Then that person can be estopped from denying that thing. What is that estoppel? Say, for example, there are three people, A, B, and C, standing together. At that time, A is giving an introduction of C to B. While giving an introduction, A says that, meet C, he is the partner of such and such a company. C himself knows that he is not a partner of such a company. But A is introducing him like that to B. C maintains silence. He does not say anything. He does not say that I am not a partner of that company or anything. Now, he will be estopped from denying the fact. He will be considered as the partner of that company, and if B suffers a loss because he believes this thing which has been told by A and C remains silent on that case, in this case C will be estopped, or he will not be denying the fact. He will not be able to deny the fact. So, but this estoppel is not available against a minor. Estoppel means when a person expresses something, tells something as a fact, which is not a fact. He knows that what he is telling is lie. It is not true. In this case, afterwards, he cannot deny that. It will be attached to him. So that is estoppel. But in case of minor, no estoppel against minor. So where a minor, by misrepresenting his age, has induced other party to enter into a contract with him. In such a case, contract, minor will not be liable on that contract. Minor, he is a minor. He knows that he is a minor, but he goes to a money lender. He is in need of money. He tells that he is of age of majority. Money lender gives him money. In this case, minor cannot be made liable on such contract because there is no estoppel against minor. But minor cannot plead his infancy in order to avoid a contract. No doubt this provision is made for protection of the minor, but minor has no liberty, no freedom to cheat others, take benefit of this provision to cheat others. In such cases, minor cannot retain the benefits of his own fraud. So whatever he has received by his own fraud, he has to return it to the person to whom he has cheated. That is, no estoppel against minor. Fifth point is no specific performance except in certain cases. Now, what is specific performance? So, specific performance is a remedy for breach of contract. Breach of contract, two parties enter into contract or agreement. One party commits breach. One party breaks the terms of the contract. Other party goes and files a case in the court of law. So, either the court may give the compensation to the party who has suffered a loss, or court may give an order of specific performance to the party who has committed the breach. Specific performance means court may give an order to that party to perform the contract as per the terms of contract. Specific performance means it is an order by the court to the person who has broken the terms of the contract to do whatever you have decided as per the terms of the contract, specifically perform the contract. That is called as specific performance. So in case of minor, there can be no specific performance. As minor's agreement is absolutely void, there can be no specific performance of such a contract. The minor cannot ask for specific performance of a contract which the guardian had no power to enter into. So, any contract which is entered into by the guardian on behalf of the minor, where guardian has power to do so, in that case, minor can claim specific performance. But a guardian has entered into contract on behalf of the minor, which the guardian has no power, no authority to enter into contract or agreement. In such case, minor will not get any remedy as minor cannot ask specific performance of such contracts. Thank you.